Hello, good day everyone. We are now in topic 10.1 of our basic calculus subject, which talks about related rates. The competency. At the end of this session, you are expected to solve problems involving related rates. Let x be a differentiable function which represents a quantity that changes with time t, then dx, the derivative of x with respect to time, is the rate of change of x with respect to t. Dx over dt is a positive if and only if x increases with time. And the derivative of x with respect to time is negative if and only if the x decreases with time. And the unit of measurement of dx over dt is unit of measurement of x over unit of measurement of time. A related rates problem concerns the relationship among the rates of change of several variables with respect to time, given that each variable is also dependent on the others. In particular, if y is dependent on x, then the rate of change of y with respect to t is dependent on the rate of change of x with respect to t. That is why dy over dt is dependent on dx over dt. These are the 8 suggestions in solving problems involving related rates. Number 1, if possible, provide an illustration for the problem that is valid for any time t. Next is identify those quantities that change with respect to time and represent them with variables. Avoid assigning variables to quantities which are constant, that is, which do not change with respect to time. Label them right away with the values provided in the problem. Number 3, write down any numerical facts known about the variables. Interpret each rate of change as the derivative of variable with respect to time. Remember that if a quantity decreases over time, then the rate of change is negative. Identify which rate of change is being asked and under what particular conditions this rate is being computed. Write an equation showing the relationship of all the variables by an equation that is valid for any time t. Differentiate the equation in 5 implicitly with respect to time. Then substitute into the equation obtained in 6 all values that are valid at a particular time of interest. Sometimes some quantities still need to be solved by substituting the particular conditions written in 4 to the equation in 6. Then solve for what is being asked in the problem. Number 8, write a conclusion that answers the questions of the problem. Do not forget to include the correct units of measurement. Example number 1, a water droplet falls onto a steel pond and creates concentric circular ripples that propagate away from the center. Assuming that the area of the ripple is increasing at the rate of 2 pi centimeters squared per second. So find the rate at which the radius is increasing at the instant when the radius is 10 centimeters. So for illustration, we have a circle with R here. Okay, so let R and A, let R be the radius and A be the area of the circular ripple at the time t. So the given rate of change is area is increasing. So, derivative of A over the time with respect to time. So, nag-anam og dako ang area with respect to time. So, it is given that it is 2 pi, right? And we are asked for radius. Find the rate at which the radius is increasing. So, therefore, it should be dr over or with respect to time. So, that will be the question being asked where r is 10. The relationship between A and R is given by the formula for the area of the circle, and the area is pi r squared. Okay, so differentiating, so A, derivative of A is dA over dt, and derivative sa pi r squared is 2 pi r. Ano man? 2 times r, 1 times pi, then 2 minus 1 is r, and we are differentiating dr over dt. Okay? So, substituting dA, then r. So, dA over dt is 2 pi, which is equal to 2 pi r times 10, and we have to solve for dr over dt. Okay, so dr over dt therefore is equal to 2 pi over 2 pi times 10, because we are going to divide both sides by 2 pi and 10. So therefore, you can cancel the 2 pi. So your dr over dt is equal to 1 over 10. So therefore, the conclusion would be the radius of a circular ripple is increasing at the rate of 1 over 10 centimeter per second. Okay? Sakto? Okay, so let's proceed to example number 2. A ladder 10 meters long is leaning against a wall. If the bottom of the ladder is being pushed horizontally towards the wall at 2 meters per second, how fast is the top of the ladder moving when the bottom is 6 meters from the wall? So, naay ladder, and we let x be the distance. Ang ladder gilin sa wall, isandig, no? And then ang ladder is 10 meters long, and then we let x be the distance of the ladder and the wall, kani, and let y be the distance between the top of the ladder and the ground, as shown. Note that the length of the ladder is not represented by a variable because ang katason sa ladder is constant. So karon ang x ug y maunay kay while i-push ang x mag-anam og gagamay, ang y mag-anam og katadako, di ba? Okay. So we are given nga if the bottom of the ladder is being pushed, push ni mo dire, ang pagdagan kuno ngadto sa wall is 2 meters per second. So since kay nag-ana man ni kamupo, di ba? So ang x man ano, so dx over dt. Karon kay decreasing ba dyan ang distance sa x, kay push ni mo ana mo kamubo. So therefore, it's negative 2. Okay? And then ang dy over dt, so how fast is the top of the ladder moving when the bottom is 6 meters from the wall? So ang atong gipangita here is ang dy over dt, kay how fast ang top kung mosaka, di ba? And then the 6 meters is your x. Diba? Kaya nag-start siya sa 6 dire. Diyan mga anak o gagamay. Okay. So notice that since the figure being formed here is right triangle, right? So therefore, we are going to use Pythagorean theorem, wherein we have to use x squared plus y squared equals 10 squared. So this amaning 10, di ba? Mao ni ang x, mao ni ang base, dari ang height ng y squared, and hypotenuse. A shorter leg plus the square of shorter leg plus a square of the longer leg is equal to the hypotenuse, which is the length of the ladder. So squaring, and from here we are going to differentiate x squared, mahimo dyang 2x dx over dt, plus y squared is 2y dy over dt equals the derivative of 100 is 0. So replacing dx over dt and x, which is equal to 6, and dx over dt is negative 2. So 2 times 6 times negative 2 plus two y and then dy over dt equals 0. Before we proceed to the next step, we are going to ask ourselves if we already have everything we need. Na ba tatanan? So dx over dt is given, dy over dt is the quantity required, x is also given, but we still do not have the y. Diba? Wa patay y. Napangitaon pa nato si y. So, how to solve the y? Okay, so before na, arisa ta sa pagpangita sa y using x squared plus y squared equals 100. So, since we learned already 6 ang atong x, so 6 squared plus y squared, nagipangita na to ang y, 100. So, y squared equals 100 minus 36. So, y squared equals 64. And the square root of y is 8. So, that means our y is 8. So, 2 times 6 times negative 2 is equal to negative 24, right? Plus 2 times 8, then dy over dt equals 0. So this is 16 dy over dt is equal to positive 24. So our dy over dt is equal to 24 over 16, which can be reduced to by 8, 3 over 2. So thus, we can say that the distance between the top of the ladder and the ground is increasing at a rate of 1.5 meters per second. Okay? So, mag-anam to saka, ang rate niya is 1.5 meters per second. Okay? Nasabtan? So, let's proceed to example number 3. An automobile traveling at a rate of 20 meters per second is approaching an intersection. So when the automobile is 100 meters from the intersection, a truck traveling at a rate of 40 meters per second crosses the intersection. So the automobile and the truck are on perpendicular roads. How fast is the distance between the truck and the automobile, changing 2 seconds after the truck leaves the intersection? Okay. So, mo ni siya ang situation. So, ani ang truck, mao pa ni ang automobile, wherein this will let x be the distance from of the automobile from the intersection kaninganhin, and y be the distance of the truck from the intersection, and z be the distance between the truck and the automobile. Okay, so as you can see, when the automobile is approaching towards the intersection, mounsa man atong x, increasing or decreasing? Mag-anam og decrease. So that is why ang atong dx over dt, which is 20 meters per second, it should be negative 20. Okay? And then, ang ato pong dy over dt kay, di ba mag-anam po ang truck is traveling gikan sa intersection, padong siya dito. Di ba? So, meaning, ang iyang distance from the intersection will be increasing. So, that is why 14 is siya dire. Okay? So, the automobile and the truck are in perpendicular. So, we are also given here 2 seconds, and 2 seconds is the time. Okay? So, the equation we are going to use is x squared plus y squared equals z squared. So, between the truck and the changing 2 seconds after the leaves of the intersection. Okay. So, in this time here, finding the derivative of x squared, it should be 2x dx over dt. And then, kanipod is 2y dy over dt. And 2z, which is dz over dt. So, since each term has a common factor 2, ato nang kuhaon, so mahimanin ng x dx over dt plus y dy over dt equals z dz over dt. Okay? So, before substituting the given values, we still need to find the values of x, y, and z when time is 2. So, let us recall that the distance-rate-time relationship is distance is rate times time. So, for the automobile after 2 seconds, it has traveled a distance equal to 2 times 20. Diba? So, 2 times 20 equals 40 from 100 meters. Therefore, ang imong x di must be equal to 100 minus 40 equals 60. On the other hand, ang imo pong y, which is 40 times 2, kay 40 man iyang distance, then times 2 equals 80. Thus, the value would be z is equal to the square root of ang imong y is 80. Equal to 60 squared plus 80 squared equals pila? 100. Okay? So, after ana, finally, we have our x is 60 times negative 20 plus y, which is 80 times 40, and z is 100 And we are going to find dz over dt. So therefore, this is negative 120 plus 320. Uy, 1,200 sorry. 1,200 negative plus 3,200 is equal to dz over dt, and this will be divided by 100. Okay, so 32 minus 12 is equal to 20. So therefore, we can say that the distance between the automobile and the truck is increasing at a rate of 20 meters per second. Okay? So, ana ra. Example number 4. Water is pouring in an inverted cone at a rate of 8 cubic meters per minute. If the height of the cone is 12 meters and the radius of its base is 6 meters, how fast is the water level rising when the water is 4 meter deep? So in this case, we have this illustration that this is a cone, and then mo ni ang height, which is 12 meters, and then ang radius is 6 meters, and then ang water is 4 meter deep. Ang rising, ang level, water level rising when the water is 4 meter deep. So let us determine unsa nga formula atong gamiton. Wait. Notice that it is the volume of the cone. Mo nang gilet na to ang V be the volume of the water inside the cone and at any time t. And let h be the height and r be the radius respectively of the cone formed by the volume of water at any time t. So from here, we are given that the derivative of V with respect to time is 8 cubic meters per minute. Kanang igsod. Ang volume nag-increase, no? Kaya pag-pour man, so nag-increase ang iyang volume. So that's why ang imong derivative of V with respect to time is positive 8. And the derivative of h with respect to time is equal to unknown, and the height is 4. Okay. So now, the relationship, ang atong formula nga gamiton is 1/3 pi r squared times height. That is the formula of finding the volume of a cone. It's 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. Okay, so from here, so notice that we can create proportion that r is to 6 equals h is to 12. Sa gamay nito sa dako. So thus, we can say here that if we are going to solve for r, so r, 12r is equal to 6h. So r therefore is h over 2. Okay? So using the formula here to find the height, so since notice that ang radius is to be substituted by this one. Diba? So, ang atong bagong formula is volume is equal to 1/3 pi times h over 2 squared times the height. which is the same as 1/3 pi h cube over 4, which can be simplified to pi h cube over 12. So, muna na itong bagong formula. So, finding the derivative of this equation, we have dv over dt, kay ang derivative sa v is 1 man. Then, we have h cube. So, we have 3 pi h squared over 12, which dh over dt, which is similar to dv over dt is equal to pi h squared over 4 dh over dt. And since we are given here h of 4 and dv over dt of 8, so 8 is equal to pi times 4 squared over 4 dh over dt. So we can cancel 1 4 here. So 8 is equal to 4 pi na lamang dh over dt. So we can say that the derivative of the height with respect to time is equal to 8 over 4 pi, which is similar to 2 over pi. So that is why we can say that the water level inside the cone is rising at a rate of 2 over pi meters per minute. Okay, so ingana ra ang inyong buhaton. So naapay mga sa enrichment na pwede ninyong matanawan. Just read your topics na ako gi-provide or sa book mo tanaw sa kanang soft copy. And then if you have some questions, just ask me. So naay usa ka topic nga wa na ako tagai o wa na ako mahimuan og video lessons tungod kay wa pud na ako gibutang dito sa summative. So if you have time, pwede na ninyo to basa-basahon ha. Pero optional na lamang to. Okay, so that's all for this topic. Thank you and God bless everyone. Basta ha, og naamoy kalibgan, don't forget to or don't be hesitant to ask help from me. Okay? So, why problema? You can chat me anytime. Ha? Okay, God bless everyone. And that will be all. Thank you.